Indeed, education remains a challenge in many parts of the country, which is why the federal government is making an effort to attain the Millennium Development Goal of Education for All by 2015. However, achieving this appears doubtful given the enormity of the task. Yangoji in Kwali Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory presents an example of the challenges of attaining formal education and is the focus of our next report.
Yangoji, a sleepy community on the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory. Residents of this community are mostly subsistence farmers. Not too far into the community lies a small special school to cater for the poor and disadvantaged children in this community. The school has the most basic of facilities, and that's all there is for now.
A, B, C.
A young Nigerian, Abdusalami Ladibolu, who came to the nation's capital for his compulsory national youth service, set up this special school in Yangoji.
Yeah, the main reason is to actually achieve the EFA goals, education for all. That's the main reason, because as they said education for all is responsibility of all. So I think I'm contributing my own quota to achieve that. 2015 is coming, and I think that's the NDG goals.
Why Yangoji? Why did you choose Yangoji?
Yangoji have the highest percentage of illiterate in Kwali Area Council.
Residents agree with Ladibolu that this community has a huge illiteracy problem and high numbers of out-of-school children.
Some of them, they cannot afford to pay the school fees.
As large as this community, only one primary school.
Most of our people don't go to school. We are really left behind.
A recent report by UNESCO also recognizes the same concerns raised by these people. According to UNESCO's 11th Education for All Global Monitoring Report, Nigeria's out-of-school population not only grew the most in terms of any country in the world since 2004 to 2005 by 3.4 million, but also had the fourth highest growth. We have the community to see the government educational facilities on ground. This is the LEA Public Primary School here in Yangoji, Kwali Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, and it is the only public primary school in this community. The government primary school is in session, and we speak with one of the teachers and presented the concerns raised by residents. But the teacher says nursery and primary education here is cheap and puts the blame on parents for the problem of out-of-school children.
The fault is for the parents. You know, some do not like to go to school. Right for that initially, they depend on farming. So when they draw the child growing up, they draw for learn them for the farming.
The district head of the community says some members of the community have been trying to encourage more parents to send their children to school.
We have so many young boys within the age of school. Some of them are left behind. We have just had people like NC leave us, very few.
An official of the State Universal Basic Education Board disagrees with the claims by residents of the community.
The truth is that we have addressed that issue squarely, and the rate at which you see students out of school in our school generally, in Yangoji in particular, because Yangoji is a semi-urban area. It's just about maybe 6 or less than 10 kilometers away from this local government headquarters.
For some concerned Nigerians in the education sector, two major steps which governments at all levels must take to reduce the high cases of out-of-school children are to eliminate hidden costs in education, such as fees for school uniforms and levies, and also to create an incentive for children to go to school. From Abuja, Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.